We work with an Amish newspaper. They receive over 1,000 handwritten letters from their clients. And these handwritten letters have to be typed so that it can go into their publication. So they need a lot of typists to do that. In today's day and age, typists, not easy to find.
They're a dying breed.
Yeah, a dying breed. And number one, typing those many letters, parsing through English and Pennsylvania Dutch, because we work with Amish, is a very difficult task. And we were able to streamline that using our automated solutions. And basically, AI plus human approach. We have some human proofreaders who would still, make sure that the essence is preserved. The essence of the scribes, the way they write their letters. AI can get us up to 95% accurate, but we want to make sure that we deliver 100% value to our clients. So we have human proofreaders who proof it. With this process, we were not only able to meet, deadlines, create more value for our clients. They get to do a whole lot more due to our processes. And we've been able to save them an incredibly lot of money. It's a very big amount of money that they're saving each year. To be precise, close to $90,000 a year.
Yeah, so it's been amazing, this journey between, like you said, that amalgamation between the humans and AI. And it can benefit everybody, because what we're able to do is we're able to save our clients money. We're able to find ways to bring more value. And in doing so, we can help our employees as well get to where they need to go. And so that's been super exciting for us. If you had to pick one thing, because I heard you talk about mental modeling, if you had to pick one thing that we need to help people to change so that they can be prepared to learn and to utilize AI, what would you say it is?
I would say, Bill, it's the feeling where people reject something without knowing it fully. People think that usage of AI is very difficult, which in reality it's not. It would be difficult to learn Excel as opposed to learning AI, because AI is a tool that will help you work on many of these tools. So, busting this myth without even trying that it's difficult, I won't be able to do it. If we challenge that notion and if we are open to trying, I think we can achieve a lot more there.
So as we look at the future here, what would you recommend to both employers and also perhaps employees? I'm not sure if it's going to be the same answer, what they need to be doing to prepare for the future.
So employers, from the employer standpoint, they're looking to create value for their clients. They're wanting to be profitable, and they want to work with people who can bring that vision to life. And in that, my message to them is, look for people who have a drive to excel, who can be part of your vision and your journey, wherein, they can add value to themselves and at the same time create value for their clients. So those are the people to be looking for. And for employees, keep an open mind, accept things that are going to amplify your performance, because, someone who's skilled in using AI is going to be growing very soon in the years to come. And if you don't adopt AI, probably you'll lose your place. That's not a place where you want to be.
So tell me, what are some of the things, and because we're talking primarily to business owners and anybody who's been in business for a long time, tell us a little bit about, what are the challenges you face on a daily basis? You're sourcing people, you're dealing, I think it would be helpful for other people to know, what's actually happening behind the scenes, and what are the things that kind of, I talked about keeping you up at night or keeping you up during the day, but I think that people would really like to understand, what is it that you do? What do we do at Staffing Global for our clients? Kind of give you an overview, and then talk a little bit about some of the challenges and the problems and how we overcome them to bring value to our clients.
Okay. So Bill, I would want to get into your question a little more to understand what specifically are you looking for. So are you looking at the challenges that we have in terms of running the business, getting the clients what they want, or you're trying to talk about hiring issues? What exactly?
No, more about the people issues. Okay. What are you experiencing behind the scenes? Kind of lay bare a little bit, because I think people often have this idea, okay, there's no problems over here, right? Yeah. Or people like to make it sound like, oh, everything's good. But in reality, if you were looking under the water, it's a duck paddling as hard as he can just to kind of keep up. And we've had those times. We've also had many great successes. But I think people would like to understand, what is it that you do? What's our process? How do we work with a client if they were interested in utilizing, our services? But then what are some of the challenges that we have? And then how do you go about remedying those so that they're not problems for our clients?
Exactly. So, we have to first understand that we are working cross-culturally. We are working from a very different destination. The culture is very different. People's behaviors, their day-to-day activities are kind of different. So there has to be this cultural intelligence which helps them understand what is expected out of them, and how to bring themselves to meet the requirements of somebody from a very different culture. Okay, understanding each other's culture, understanding the deliverables, understanding what it takes to be successful in such an environment is something that we do in the background. So, through our coaching sessions, we kind of help people bridge that gap, which is the cultural gap. Then also, when you're working remotely, what really matters is how well are you communicating? Because you want to make sure that you understand what your client is expecting out of you, and then make sure that your client understands that you've understood exactly what needs to be done. So we've been coaching our people in doing these two things in a very nice way. We want people to be culturally intelligent. We want people to be effective in communicating effectively. And then comes more complex things such as critical thinking, decision making, taking ownership, being responsible, taking things through. Say, for example, nobody would want to work with someone who would keep coming back, asking questions, not knowing how to lead themselves. So we help coach our team to work excellently, even with minimum supervision, right? So these are some of the things that we need to work with.